my dears, and welcome to my channel. As always, I am very happy and grateful that you've chose to spend your time with me. And supporting my channel is really easy. You can like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, or click on the notification bell of when you would like to be notified of when a video drops. And I hope that you're all doing well, but if not, I do hope things will get better for you soon. But in the meantime, join me in meeting the Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot. And this is the first deck in a trilogy. And the other decks are the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle, and then the Keeper of the Sacred Bee Tarot finishes up the trilogy. You don't need all three of them. She just decided to make a trilogy for them. And she also has another deck, the Mystic, Augur, and Sage, and this is the one, I saw this on Kickstarter, and that's what got me over to her Journey of the Sacred Bee decks, because she was offering them with the Kickstarter, because sometimes creators will offer their older decks with the newest one in the Kickstarter. And so this was created by Kelly Burton and released in 2021, published by Sacred Soul Production. And I will link her website and her Etsy shop, so if you're interested in buying her decks, you can pop over there. And so on her website, they usually retail for $52, but now she has it on sale for $42. And I honestly don't know if the sale is still going on. I haven't checked it in a little bit. And over on her Etsy shop, retails for $57. So if you want to pop over there, check out her decks and everything. And I do have videos of all of the Sacred Bee decks. And I also have a side-by-side flip through of the Journey of the Sacred Bee and the Keeper of the Sacred Bee, because they are both tarot decks. And so the specs of this deck is 5.60 height and 3 across and 1.70 inches. And the only title is on the sides of the deck. And on the back, we just have some teaser cards. And it is a magnetic box. And on the inner box part, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And this deck is a teal color, and it has a nice little ribbon. And on the bottom, it says, "Your journey begins here." And this deck is a very unusual deck. I will say that. That's the only way I can put it. And you'll understand why as we go along. And reversals will not be revealed. And this is a teal foil. And they are a little bit bigger than your regular Rider-Waite, as you can see, visual. And the dimensions are 5 inches and 3 across. And the deck width is 1.25 inches. Okay, so in all of my tarot decks videos, I do a side-by-side. And let me grab, okay, so in the major arcana, there's a few things that have been renamed. And as you can see, the Fool has now been named the Journey. And on the card, there is a Hebrew letter on the left hand side, and on the right It's either an element, zodiac sign, or planet. And throughout the deck, there are sacred geometry symbols. The flower of life, the tree of life, Metatron's cube, Vitrian, I cannot pronounce that, and I totally apologize. So sacred geometry is the universe's blueprint of creation and the first instance of all form. It is an ancient science that explores and explains the energy patterns that unify all things and reveals the precise way creation is organized. And I admit I know nothing about that. But if you're interested in it, pursue it further if you wish. And the major arcana is basically it's separated into different quests, I guess you could say. So 0 is your consciousness. Okay, and then when we go through the then after that, we must learn how to be social creatures and understand the laws of living amongst others. So now you have card 1 through 7 represents society. And the High Priestess has been renamed as the Priestess. And I do know that some people integrate astrology into the cards. Okay, so next is the individual. And that is the next part of your journey. And the Wheel of Fortune has been downsized to the wheel. And the Hangman has been renamed as the Hanged One. And then the next part of the journey is spiritual. And then it's just a spiritual quest for understanding universal laws. And so Temperance has been renamed Alchemy. All right. Okay, so Minor Arcana has some changes to it as well. So okay, so we will start with the Wands, And the aces are all root of the powers of whatever element. So wands represent fire. So now we have the root of powers of fire, which, kind of makes sense. Okay, and then on the other cards, basically we've got the number and then the abbreviation wands, and then instead of the actual suit, there's a keyword. And then here we have a planet and astrology symbol at the bottom of the card. Okay, so court cards are a little different. Princess Page has been renamed Princess, and if you see on the bottom, there is elements. So we have the earth of air, and wands are represented by earth, of course. And then we have the same thing with the rest of them. We have the knight is air of fire. Oh wait, I got that wrong. I am so sorry. No, earth of fire. Okay, I totally apologize, but this is earth of fire. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, little confusion there. And then we have the knights, and this one is air of fire. And this one is water of fire. And then we have fire of fire. Honestly, I don't understand the court cards with the different elements, because wands are represented by fire. And honestly, I can't tell you why she did that. But it is what it is. Okay, now we're at the cups, and the ace is the root of powers of water. That is a pretty card. Alright, so come to the court cards, and now we have the same thing, Earth of Water. So apparently the pages are all earth, and all the knights are air of whatever the suit is. The queens are water, and the kings are fire. Okay, so then next we have the swords. Okay, and so the swords are the root powers of air. All right. And last, we have the Pentacles, and they are the root powers of Earth. All right, that is the deck. Okay. So the cardstock is 350 GSM, and it's a matte cardstock. It's flexi bendy, as I call it. All right, so let's go ahead and explore this guidebook. And so we start off with some bee musings, just some information about bees. We have contents, And then welcomes you to the journey of the sacred bee and how to use the sacred bee. And then we go into the phases of the journey that I talked about: consciousness, society, individually, and spiritually. Goes into a little bit deeper than what I did. And it shows you the different cards and doing a tarot reading. We have some card spreads. We have a 3-card spread. Sacred Bee Adventure Spread, a New Moon Tarot spread. 4-card Elemental Enlightenment reading. And then we have journaling. She just gives you some suggestions on how you can use the cards in your journaling. Okay, then we have the Major Arcana. And we have a picture of the card, and then practice, little blurb about that. And then we have the card number and the title. And then we have the Hebrew letter and the element and the journey. And then the meaning of the card. So with each card, you'll get the information on the top of the card. And then the journey just talks about the card and then the meaning itself. And then we go on to the Minor Arcana, and it's shrunk. And then we go on to the Suit of Wands, and just basically tells you about the suit. And then you get a tiny little picture and the different cards, and then the meaning of the card. And then it tells you like Mars and Aries. It gives you the planet and the astrology sign. And then goes on to the cups. And unfortunately, she doesn't explain, like the Princess of Sword, Earth of Air. She doesn't explain that. So I'm a little confused on that. And then she goes into the sacred geometry, which I touched on. And then we have the different symbols of the sacred geometry. And then she covers the dimensions of the deck and why she chose the dimensions that she did. And that is pretty much it. All right, so shuffling. Depending on your hands, if they are of good size, you shouldn't have an issue. And your physical limitations, so you can shuffle that way, you can shuffle overhand, and there's no right or wrong way to shuffle your deck. And please be gentle with your cards. And then side shuffle, not so much. Okay, and then you can cut them as many times as you want and collect them, or you can spread them out and pick them that way, or you can just take them and just spread them all over your table and pick them out that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what message wants to pop up. Devil. Okay. What does she have to say about the devil? Okay. So, practice. Realize that thoughts and actions can trap one into a dark place. Lift the chains that restrain by simply making the decision to take action and start fresh. It is the Hebrew letter Ayin, A-Y-I-N, the zodiac sign of Capricorn. The journey. Forces of creation captivated the bee, and she began to get lost in the addiction euphoria of power. She forgot about the spiritual lessons learned thus far and felt bold to old memories, ancestral patterns, and dwelling in negativity. Feelings of despair set in, but the way out of darkness was elusive. She felt trapped in a world of overindulgent, resentment, and self-centered behavior. Divinatory meeting. Power can have an addictive quality. Feeling bound by a situation can perpetrate oppression for yourself and others. Your shadow self emerges and clouds good judgment. Petty things become as important as spiritual matters once were. Negativity is a constant temptation, and you feel stuck in darkness. The only solution is to make a decision to change current patterns. No matter how helpless you feel, you can take responsibility to lift yourself out of the situation. Okay, well, that is pretty much all I have for this deck. Let me know what you think of it. If you own it, let me know how it's working out for you, and if you have a recommendation, good or bad, for anybody who's interested in the deck and is thinking about it. But once again, thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope that you will join me with a future video. But until next time, take care and goodbye, my dear.